Okay. Soundtrack by Casio.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not really sure what to say.
Iris, we only have 20 minutes. Well, for anyone who's confused, I'm reading Edgeworth's voice as my own because he talks too much in this case, because he is the main character. So, there are two things which I need to ask you before we read. 69, nice. Thank you, Spooky Che.
Alright, I'll help you any way I can.
First, about that night. You didn't really go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying.
Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple.
Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall when she bore witness to the murder. Sister Bikini? Yeah. It's Sister Bikini. Head nun of the Hazakura Temple discovered the murder. Her bad back really bothers her. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile?
There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge?
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Shit. Break those titty locks. Oh god, there's a lot. That's a lot of locks. Iris.
I can't tell you about that yet.
Yet?
Not until her safety is confirmed.
Her?
The safety of the Acolyte.
The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim?
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
As I thought. No psycholocks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Who are we supposed to watch for smirks on the drinking game? Right? Maya's somewhere. Right now. Okay, hold on. Oh, but she's not in the story. Like, I'm just knocking everything over. I need lip chat. I also have a pile of gummies in front of me, and I, like, really want to eat them, but I can't eat them and also talk at the same time, so it's a terrible stream snack, for this type of game. Okay. The court will now reconvene. Ms. Von Karma, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Loris Donim, I hope you're ready. Get in there. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. I can confirm Canadian judge is handsome. Oh, God. I love that beard. Yo, I finally, because I went to the States, I got these, and I'm so happy. I have 2 bags of them. I'm almost done with this bag. There's only like a few more in here. Okay. Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically rendering. You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Gaffafawisp! Hello, Gaffafawisp and Party of 11. Welcome to my Ace Attorney stream. Thank you for the raid. Yay! Welcome, everyone. You guys want to see my video? I'm Metroid Crime. I'm a variety streamer. Right now I'm doing some really bad, like, voice acting for Ace Attorney, and I'm on the final case of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 3. So yeah. I'm gonna show you guys my video of my channel in case you want to check me out and see what I do when I'm not doing bad voice acting. Break in the lake! Break in the lake! Ah! Shit! What kind of Pokemon?
Well, look at this one.
But why?
No!
Bitch, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home.
This is the same place, but it's upside down. Fuck shields. Are you serious?
Thundering Muppet.
It's crawling towards me! No! Didn't look at the chest long enough! It's gonna.
Are you in distress?
A little!
From what, the general store?
The giant supermarket.
No!
No. Yes.
Can I get those eggs back?
Ah! Rest in grease.
Rest in grease.
Thank you guys for tuning in to my dumb shit. Love you!
Goodbye.
I'm Metroid Crime. Hello. So yeah, that's me. That's what I do when I'm not doing this game. Hello. Thank you again for the raid, Gaffafawisp. Let's get back into this. You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use a technical term for the color, Viridian. Larry. This isn't an art store now, is it? I know. I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, use a technical term, Crimson Lake. Ow, ow! Ow, ow! Oh, ow, ow. Ouch. Stop your pathetic blabbering and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness. That was all your fault. Testify now. This is too much for me. Oh, also, Gaffafawisp. I saw 7 months. That's insane. That's a long time. It was 7 months, right? Yeah. Nuts. How was your stream? Did someone give you a shout out? Now I'm like, oh my god. Wisp. Oh, you did. I missed it. Do it again. Okay. What I saw. I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Getting to grips with flailing around like a Magikarp. Yeah, I did I play Skyward Sword at all? I know I watched Great Newtons play it. I don't know if he must have finished it. Great Newtons, are you there? Did you finish Skyward Sword? Yeah, you finished it. Okay. Can't remember how that game ends. Okay. Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? Why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation, or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right. And behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination, with no touching. Thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was gonna collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowy that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? See? You can do it if you try. Oh. There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but... A number of times? How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means... You spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night? You bet. Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? I can't do this fucking judge's voice today. It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack. Oh, hey, Immortal Wish! Thank you for the lurk. Using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? I don't know how to make him more Canadian. I don't... Oh, fuck, I just missed all that. Shit. You huffy, puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. So, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy puffy, loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering what? Motherfucker. You huffy puffy, loosey goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? Well, you see, being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. Bob and Doug McKenzie. Yeah, I love Strange Brew. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, no need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile. If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is this? I don't know. Don't ask me. It seems that I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm gonna strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. You didn't meet anyone? That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim to have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna... He definitely saw Phoenix Wright at the bridge, so he's fucking lying here. Here we go. Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, it could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? Console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I simply cannot forgive you. I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Guys, it's really hard to, like, come back to this after not being used to reading out loud, and then, like, it's... I constantly stumble over my words trying to do things in different voices. But yeah. Okay. Dreaming's hard. Yeah, a little bit. Reading text and voice acting it at the same time when you don't know what the text is pretty hard. But I get used to it as I continue doing it, so, like, but taking a break from Ace Attorney will, like, mess me up when I'm trying to get back to it. It's not about reading. No, plans, no, don't do it. No. I'm not reading that out loud or voice acting it. So it wouldn't have helped if I read that on the plane. No. Done with this. You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. No, I'm actually good. I'm doing great. There was no, like, time difference. So yeah. I'm good. It was a long time. I was gone for a long time. I'm glad to be back. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened to cross a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. Doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But, what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now... You missed your name quotable moment. Yeah, you did! I remember you talking about that. That's why I did that. But you missed it! Damn it! Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. Edgy. I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. I'll ask again then. Witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
So, what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out, like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say?
Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold.
I never know with that man if he should be called lucky or unlucky.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination.
Did I misread that? Okay, whatever.
I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m.
What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half?
Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time as 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait. And I thought she might come early, too.
Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Poor Beatrice lays 6 feet underground, all thanks to Conehead. Oh, man.
Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they?
Shut up. Don't go picking my fond memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried.
Thirsty, okay.
I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me.
This light was, of course...
lightning. Like, kapow! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Ah! Or a little like that. It's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so... This guy has quite the sweater. Yup. He's an artist. Now, well, he is now, but... Does it mention... Larry Butts. Why does he look like he's mildly turned on by whip cracks? Right? Well, Larry Butts loves the ladies, so it's his thing. Okay. Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so... Also, hello, Zoom Zoom. Welcome. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire, maybe around 5 minutes. I mean, I suddenly thought, I gotta go check this out. How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? You know why I went to the bridge. Maybe this one? Larry. Let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try to tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Okay. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright? Yeah. I thought, I'd better tell someone about this. But then Nick came up yelling about murder. It totally made me forget about the bridge. Who's Nick? The fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it. More or less. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. Okay, so now this is the repeat of the dialogue. It's definitely gonna be something here.
10:45.
You know what? If it takes him 5 minutes to get to the bridge... He saw lightning... Give me a second. Where's the death thing? Okay, I'm gonna try this. At least is in bikini on the stage. She makes me want to pull out my hair. I like her little step stool, though. I think the character design's really clever for her. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. I'm also really bad at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning struck on Dusky Bridge. Or, you saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge. And immediately went to go see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there around 11 p.m. That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there, in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Yeah, excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Maurice Donim. Ugh. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. For there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? Oh, you found the Wii U! Yeah! Hold on, can you get me some water? Thank you. Is there, like, an adapter for that? Oh. It might be in... Hold on. Yeah, well, you see, they haven't released the, Metroid Prime Trilogy yet for Switch, so I have to fucking hook up my Wii U to play it. I was giving Great Newtons some very boring explanations about where the cables for the Wii U might be. That's all. That's what I said when I was muted. Okay. Just, thank you. It is clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means... what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, He did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry. You arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. I haven't seen that. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop trying to hide things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then. What happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Order! Ah!
So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why, then, did you not report the accident?
Yes, witness. Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn?
And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. But this is Larry we're talking about, and even if he is incapable... Oh. And even he is incapable of being so stupid. Some men just want to watch the world burn. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude.
Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all?
Yes?
I may really say it this time. Ah!
Then say it.
Very well, I have a terrible bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness?
Okay. A boot.
I'm a donym. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up.
A 15-minute gap crime's gonna be gone for a week and a half.
I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch.
Including the truth from the sound of it.
Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts?
Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains.
And what would that be?
This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? Or are you making cookies? I intend to drag the reason out of him.
You'll regret this, Edgy. I'm a donym. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing?
Tell us, Larry.
My name is Maurice. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Just who exactly are you? I'm Maurice Donym, apprentice extraordinaire.
That's what he calls himself in any case.
And then you are an artist? Of course I'm an artist. The real thing.
Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There is only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed.
Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art.
Sketching the burning bridge.
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What came with it?
You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is... Ah!
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, Witness.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling the instant the sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what's depicted there. Look at the fucking sketch! Larry! I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please?
Well. Even I couldn't have imagined it'd turn out like this.
Imagine what?
That Laurie Stoneham's debut would take place here, today, like this.
Ouch, ouch, ouch! Show it, now!
Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Laurie Stoneham. Well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? But quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma?
Yes, well... it's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is gonna get ugly.
No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. The fire ghost. This mysterious flying object. Larry.
What?
The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure?
You spotted that? I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish she'd take better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that?
Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yup, that's what I saw.
Burning bridge and fine doesn't go well together. Hello, Curry, welcome.
It's in the center of the bridge, Yup, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist.
Are you?
Hi? This girl, she's really high up in this picture. What was that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories.
Oh yeah, there's an emote for it.
Good meme emotes. Anyway. No court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
Actually, there is some precedent for this.
She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge at least. It was really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth.
What? Me?
This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness. Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what did you think of my debut piece?
Get that thing away from me. Horrible sketch of what he saw the night of the crime. Now hurry up and cross-examine him. Okay, what, I already pressed that. Worked into a frenzy of art. Okay. Hold on. Just where did you go to see the site from? Hey, Barrett! Hi! Oh my god. Hello! It's court time, I forgot to tag you. Shit. Oh my god. Yeah, her hood that she gave Nick. See, I see how important I am. Yeah! I missed you. God damn it. Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed with that rundown shack, the crack of the lightning bolt made me realize the bridge was burning. Am I even a real streamer? I guess not. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. And after about 5 minutes, I saw it. The defendant flying? That's right. That's when I decided to go to the bridge. I see, that all makes sense. Aside from the sketch itself... Yes, this sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that his work is ludicrous. Shock and awe I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. You weren't a real streamer. You transferred everything directly onto the page, and that's this sketch here. Yep, sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? It put my mind at ease, anyway. It did? That's right. The reason she didn't come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? That's gotta be it. Alright, go me! Ah! Nice! Ah! Continue, please. Before I realized that the flames had gone out and he came running up. I have popcorn kernels stuck in the back of my throat. You forgot the passage of time to that extent. Did you? Well, once I get caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else. That's true. He's always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that, at least. Phoenix Wright appeared on the scene after 11:15. Good rhyming, Francisca. If he was drawing until then, that dispels all doubts. Aside from doubts of his humanity, eh? There's a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. This testimony does nothing less than mock the court. But I am sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden in it somewhere. Okay, so that white hood thing is definitely a thing. Because, like, she gave it to fucking Phoenix Wright before this happened. Larry, what did you really see that night? But also not just that, but she wasn't wearing the white hood in the fucking drawing, right? It could be her hair. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth. If that's truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be, eh? That the person who flew over that bridge could not have been the defendant, Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolhardy fool. Fuck, I can't read that. God damn. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood. Well, yeah, the individual who you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and my Iris is my darling hood. Mwah. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest that it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why'd Nick have Iris's hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you, Nick, you dog! I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear discredited and discarded straight into the garbage. Who's Nick? What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? Phoenix, right? You guys know, okay, do you guys know that meme? Or was that before everyone's... I haven't said it in a while, the Who's Nick meme. It's good. It's so dumb. What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? Too young for this meme. But I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive? Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Laurie Stoneham, shall prove it. I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Give me a second. Do a picture of the bridge. It's a crime photo. We've seen the bridge, right? Isn't there a photo of the bridge? Never mind, okay. Okay, hope you're ready, Edgy. 'Cause I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time, trust me. Does the map have the bridge on it? I was looking for I wanted a side view of the bridge. Let me check. No, I just have the memory of the bridge, I guess, from when we were actually at the place. That's fine. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. It led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal spear that night.
A crystal spear. This one, pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. Good luck with your cookies! I hope they're delicious.
That spear, where did you find it?
Let me see, around here somewhere? Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow?
It pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked across the bridge. Or walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal spear. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards.
Yeah, I wish I had some cookies right now. Even awful cookies.
There's something on it. Oh my, it's blood! What? Blood?
I do have Viva Puffs. I forgot I had cookies.
Those are good. What? Blood? You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore.
Didn't you want to be called Laurie Stoneham only a few minutes ago?
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone.
So you went to the Burning Bridge. How hentai. This game is super hentai. I think this was the game that made me talk about the fact... the whole hentai, is this a hentai game meme. So you went to the Burning Bridge? This game's very horny.
That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get me. At least I could do was meet her halfway. But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say.
Did I say made me? Or, no, like it... This is what started the whole, like, is this a hentai game thing, I'm pretty sure. It was this game. Somebody, yeah, somebody cover paper's ears. She's outside of her Christian Minecraft server. We can't have her watching this 18+ stream. Fuck, my battery. Family friendly. I gotta drink. Hold on. Oh shit, I have to repair my fucking controllers too, because every time I do this, it thinks that it's player 2. Well, maybe it'll work anyway. Oh yeah, drink. Ugh. Double drink, okay.
But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say. I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have wanted to look at her best.
When Plum's chat said Paperette was watching porn. Oh, the lurk command in Plum's chat. Yeah, it's very good. And I always forget. It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to point.
So, what did you do next? I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her.
Oh, fuck, God damn it. Please repair. Thank you, thank you, come on. And we're back. Brief intermission.
I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her.
So you searched all over for her? She was flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it was more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere there, so, you know. Can one guy really be this stupid? So did you find any signs of her so-called landing? I don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself and kind of lost it for a while there. You fell over yourself? Yeah, the snow was deep and it was even a banana peel out there. Yep, there's stupid and then there's Larry Butts. The short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? Then what happened next? Thanks for the lurk, Paperette. Thank you for stopping by. I'm glad you're around. It led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. Past your bedtime, yeah, definitely. Go to sleep, Paperette. Half buried? It was sitting in the snow with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too. I'm impressed. You did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro. A genius security guard. I used a pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search, and it sparked really brightly as if it was saying, "Here I am!" to me. It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. I thought we were past Christian Minecraft server hour. Yeah, this is an 18+ stream now. Well... Yeah, it does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. Oh, back from making cookies? Yeah, no, sorry, I saw that. I forgot to remark on that. It was very good. But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night? I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they are assigned only one. I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, alright, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her. This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal spear was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from? That's a question I aim to answer. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal spear that night. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal spear that night. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal spear, correct? That's right, my gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning, and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy, but I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. Okay, so I know what I have to do here, because, no one else could have lost a crystal spear that night, except, like, I don't know, maybe, like, this person? I don't know. Like, maybe? Maybe? When am I getting my TwitchCon ticket? Is it out already? No? Okay. Well, when it comes out. I felt like tagging you. Yeah, I was like, what? Am I gonna miss it? I'm not ready for that. I sold out, you didn't get one. No! No, they were... I know that they were, like...
on sale for a while. I know the VI, like the party thing sold out, like the party night sold out pretty quickly, but whatever. It's probably not gonna come out until like later next year, so I have time. TwitchCon, yay. Okay. Larry. That night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was? Who? Who was this stupid idiot?
Miss Elise Donim, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal spear.
Hey, that's my photograph. Give it back.
Ah! Ow! A crystal spear like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime.
Ah, the crystal spear. It's gone. What? What? Just what does this mean?
If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal spear found at the landing site was not hers either.
That means the one who flew and dropped the spear was the victim, Miss Elise Donim?
A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
You can't do that. I saw it with my own two eyes.
And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring.
You honestly believe that?
Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donim was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, the sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
It sounds like a good snack.
Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns.
Why are you pointing at me?
The victim's crystal spear was found near the bridge on the night of the murder. Yet you expect us to believe that this has nothing to do with the case? That crystal sphere? It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There's blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. Which is the exact same reason that he drew the ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer?
No way! All joking aside. Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
She makes a valid point.
There is no evidence that Elise Donim left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely.
Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Yes! Yeah, it was buried in snow, right? Which means that it would happen before, because there was no snow afterwards. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. Simply prove it. That's the only option.
That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do what? That look in your eyes? You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. That should come across as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Oh, that's the thing I'm looking at right now. Is it weather report? It would have to be, right? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Birds of a feather flock together. Are you familiar with this phrase? Miles Edgeworth? I think one such bird is calling for its fellow now. Go, go, Edgy, do it, prove it, win, win, win! It's cheering. It's as though I'm listening to the ominous cause of ravens. Fuck, that was not it. Why was that not it? One more chance, I can't turn back, okay. Can I, like... Is it as simple as presenting the fucking crime photo to show that the snow... Yep, okay. Cool, why couldn't I present the weather report for that? To prove the same point. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been gone for game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order, order, order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could that have been? The sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. Fuck. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool, and which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing! No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. Dang cookies, yeah! Foolish fools. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, Then Dusky Bridge could have very easily been the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunham's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On the foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
No, but we have a snowmobile. I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple.
What do I have to prove this? I don't have the snowmobile in my inventory, because I can't carry that around. Oh, there we go. There we go, snowmobile. On that snowy night, there's one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. Ah! You don't carry a snowmobile in your back pocket. Need a capsule from Capsule Corporation to hold your snowmobile. Then you can carry in your back pocket. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could have also been used to carry a body.
Order, order!
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave.
What do you mean?
The only one who could have used a snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation.
What?
Where was the victim, Elise Donim, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for. And finally, just what does this image mean?
Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it.
This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you. That settles it, then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Ugh. Ah! Hold on, is this the command? Is it del quote? There we go. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. What, really? Then what's this all about? Is that what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie whipping me at all.
Dow! Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame. Francie!
This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal system stands for. I demand satisfaction.
I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of an answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom,
Those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on some thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned.
Save your progress. Yes. Yes, there is definitely another part. But it's not a court case. The next one is, investigation. And I believe... Yeah, no, this is like a 9-part. Is it 9? We're halfway through right now. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next stream... Monday's stream will be the halfway point in this case.